Welcome to Star Wars Action News, helping Star Wars collectors collect better.
Next up, we've got Poe Dameron, who is figure number 7 in this. He's in an X-Wing pilot. It appears that the Rebellion still has the same uniforms that they had way back when.
They're not the Rebellion now. They're the Resistance.
Okay.
Totally different.
Totally. Absolutely totally different. Absolutely.
Wait a second. Is that a rebel symbol on his chest?
It is.
So I have a Resistance tattoo now.
You have a Disney tattoo. So do
3
I.
of them.
Yes. But yeah, it is. Apparently all they were able to accomplish in, 20 years with some branding.
Actually, it's 30-some years, so... the same amount of time it's been since we saw Return of the Jedi in theaters.
I'm old. I'm really old.
But it's cool to have that. I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I think Disney is trying to walk a fine line, and it works with me, between bringing back the iconography of the old one while introducing something new. And so, bringing back X-Wings. I mean, I think a lot of the iconic ships not being in the prequels is kind of a little bit of a bummer. I mean, they harkened back to them. By movie 3, the Jedi Starfighters were looking like they were becoming TIE fighters and things, but bringing back X-Wings and TIE fighters and things, you're bringing back the stuff we loved, including the X-Wing pilot outfit. By the same token, I'm like, well, the military wears different outfits now than they wore 30 years ago, and we have evolved tech, but I guess we still had tanks and things like that, just now we have drones instead of actual aircraft. But what I'm saying, to keep it back on Star Wars, is the tech has not evolved all that much in 30 years, but then again, it really seemed to take a downgrade between Episode 3 and Episode 4, too. So I guess this entire Civil War has just been really hard on the tech sector.
It has, and it's a shame. They're reusing old outfits. They've never really evolved among that. But let's talk about the figure. And I did notice you have some little bit of paint issues on the back with his, whatever the vest is that the X-Wing pilots wear. Somebody can't keep their coloring within the lines.
I think it might be somewhat intentional. There's a line there, I think, because what they've done is inserted arms into the chest plate, that these little curves on the back are supposed to be orange, and they just did a poor job of painting them.
That's what I'm saying. Look at the paint detail.
Oh, there is no detail.
Okay.
This looks like I painted it with a blindfold on.
Yes.
Or the absolute cheapest labor they could get in China.
Which is the same as you.
Yeah. That said, the rest of the paint on him is really well done. The Rebel insignia and the Arabesh lettering on his vest, extraordinarily clean. The gloves have nice tight lines. The chest plate with 4 different colors. It looks molded in gray and has black, a darker gray, and a blue on it. Really clean. I noticed there's a slight place where the paint has just been chipped off, being in the bubble. One of his little, whatever the silver things are they wear around the knee. And most impressively, he has a 5 o'clock shadow.
You know, when I was looking up, I pulled up a picture of this actor, Oscar Isaac, and I don't see that he has a 5 o'clock shadow in any of the pictures I've seen. It looks like they're almost trying to make him the new Luke with some of the stills we've gotten, with him posing outside his X-Wing, looking very regal with his hair blowing in the wind kind of thing. It's very, very impactful, the pictures they released of him. But that being said, this looks nothing like the actor. This is awful. They made him into a very sad looking figure, and it looks nothing like Oscar Isaac. He's got droopy eyes, everything.
The eyes are droopy, and I think that's just because they didn't paint the pupils in the center, or maybe it looks like they're actually sculpted to have heavy eyelids like Garfield.
He looks sad.
But looking at some of the pictures, he does have some stubble around there. He's like one of those people who can't get the clean shave or doesn't actually try a blade. He just takes the beard trimmer and puts it on 0 and goes. I can only see this in the glory shot of the press photo. If you look at him in the pilot outfit, I can't really make it out.
Well, there's some pictures of him with a full-on beard, and the guy can grow a serious beard.
But you're right, this doesn't look like him. I can't figure out who it does look like. Maybe come tell us in the forums, because you know who this looks like to me?
Who?
David Duchovny.
Does not look like David Duchovny. Well, maybe in the eyes. which is very bittersweet for David Duchovny as he turned down a role in Star Wars.
Maybe they already had the head sculpt thinking he'd do it, and it's close enough to Poe.
No, the nose is too big.
But it's you can see a similarity.
It's the droopy eyes,
They could be brothers.
Kind of looks like, actually, it looks like Mr. Bean.
No, I don't see Rowan Atkins in that. But still, great to have an X-Wing pilot figure. Anyone who's doing some attempted customizing, now you've got your 6-inch X-Wing body. Of course, you could always go back and get your Luke as well, I think. Surprisingly, though, I don't think there's any part reuse between this and the X-Wing Luke. We say they didn't evolve, but the white vest is very different. This one having the pouches on the side, and it kind of has a scarf-like appearance that comes around. It's not quite long enough to be a tabard.
Perhaps maybe it's like the life vest, so if he has to ditch in the water, because we do see them flying over water. I don't know. I'm just making crap up.
The chest plate is a lot smaller than it was in Luke, and that makes this tube that goes wherever a lot longer, plus the tube now goes into the leg, whereas Luke's just went into the side of his waist. Luke had his little silver things around the calf on the other foot, and Luke had little silver things coming out of his sleeve that we don't have here. So I think this is an entirely new sculpt, and there is a minor evolution of X-Wing outfit, but
it's still the same outfit almost.
I had to put them kind of next to each other to be like, oh yeah, there is a lot of difference. I also like that they've added these things that hang around. It's no longer this weird, like, through the middle of the crotch thing. It's now going over the legs, has a gun holster, and has a couple buckles on it. It just kind of looks a bit cooler, honestly. It's like a more realistic upgrade while still keeping it very classic. So I love the body. I'm sure he's not the only one who's going to be wearing an X-Wing outfit in these movies. So hopefully this is a body they can reuse, and hopefully, maybe for episode 8, we get an upgraded head.
It's a little less orange also. Maybe that could just be paint. I'm never sure what's paint. It looks in the pictures to be the same orange, but it's hard to tell. The one thing I did notice is his head does not turn very well because of like the turtleneck like atmosphere of the X-Wing outfit. And he comes with a helmet, which they gave him really tall hair because Oscar Isaac has really amazing hair. So he's got that. It's a little hard to get the helmet on because of that, because he's got some giant hair, but you gotta kind of like tilt it forward and then scoot it back on his head. It kind of looks ill-fitting once you get it on, though. It's like it doesn't go long enough down on his face.
That's always a problem when you have actual slide-on helmets. It looks like the plastic is bowing out. I don't think you're supposed to put this on his head. I think this is supposed to be there for him to carry under his arm. I don't think that it goes on the head very well at all. It's got the slide-up visor, but it doesn't move. It's just sculpted there. I love the design of this helmet, though, just out of the movie, and they've done a good job reproducing it. It's got the gray bit with the red Rebel symbol, then a red Rebel symbol over the black on the side, just the red stripes. It's just a cool design, and if FX Collectibles makes a replica helmet of this, I will certainly be adding it to my collection. It's just a really cool looking helmet.
Well, you know what's funny is looking now at a picture of him with the helmet on, it doesn't go all the way down like they had in the previous movies. It looks like the helmet did evolve a little. It looks like it stops like right at the bottom of his lips.
Okay, I was able to get it on, kind of, but it still looks like it's bowing. And the important thing is the little silver thing on the side of the helmet appears to be his communicator. If you look at the movie...
Comtech.
Yeah, it's his Bluetooth.
Yeah, sure.
So it's only supposed to go down that far, but it's like it half covers the eyes. I can't get it to fully cover the eyes without rotating it forward and making it look a little silly and back. I'd suggest posing him holding the helmet. That's my statement there. He also comes with a small blaster, not a whole lot of detail in it, a new sculpt to a blaster I haven't seen before, and it fits very well in his holster. And what's kind of nice is you do get an alternate set of hands, probably better for the blaster. You get the black gloved hands for when he's piloting, but then you also get flesh-toned hands that have orange cuffs, so that it just looks like his sleeve extends down to around his wrist, and you can have him there, and he's got a trigger finger on his right hand.
So he can hold his gun.
So a pretty nice figure overall. The droopy eyes are a ding, but it's a middle-of-the-road Black Series figure. Still worth picking up, especially if he's cool in the movie, which I can't wait to see because I have all these questions.
Thanks for watching this video. You can see full episodes of Star Wars Action News with more collecting news and reviews at swactionnews.com. We also have thousands of toy and collectible photos in our photo gallery. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. May the pegs be stocked and the Force be with you.